What's up, apes? Hi, lady apes, gentlemen apes. This is ApeAndy. Yeah, I've been tweeting about DRS. I've been making videos about DRS. I've been getting comments. One of the private comments is, ApeAndy, I, the commenter, have been telling you about DRS is the way since April 2021. Why did you, ApeAndy, take so long to talk about DRS to let the other apes know the truth until now? I apologize to him, and I apologize to the viewers for taking so long to talk about DRS and to tweet about DRS. I apologize because I am a very stupid person. I didn't see the light of DRS until now. Direct registration of shares, DRS. So, and another private comment. This is from a viewer who lives in Sydney. I don't want to say the name for privacy's sake. He is on gig economy like me, but I'm in Taiwan. He is in Sydney. He's a band musician. I'm a gig MC, so we all live on the gig economy. And we were texting each other about how the COVID situation is killing the gig economy. So very few income, very low income, very non-existential income for people who survive on the gig economy. But he said he's got good news because he is going on a tour from Sydney to UK, and he will be on a tour in UK because UK doesn't seem to be in a lockdown as compared to Sydney. But that said, situation of COVID here in Taiwan is still ongoing. So, no gig, no income. Okay, but I don't want to talk about my own financial woes because people will say, Andy, you're a con man on the video asking for money. No. Okay, I want to talk about GME and AMC, especially MOAS. I've been talking about it to my friend who lives in Sydney, band musician, and we were talking about DRS. So I told him, yes, I saw the light. The logic clicked in my mind, and I finally saw the light, did research on Reddit, DD into GME, and saw that direct registration of shares is the key to MOAS. Now, the other key to MOAS is the company, GameStop, chairman Mr. Ryan Cohen, doing a crypto dividend. Yeah. And I was talking to my Sydney friend, and we came to the conclusion that, yes, crypto dividend is MOAS trigger. Yes, DRS is MOAS trigger. However, put yourself in the shoes of the company. Mr. Chairman Ryan Cohen, Mr. CEO Matt Furlong, and the other top executives of GameStop. The company's doing fine. The share price is way higher than 2020, 2019, now at this stage in September of 2021. So when the company's doing so good and company's got money, company paid all its debt, company's hiring people from Amazon and Chewy and doing very good projects, including NFT, blockchain projects. Why would the company go through the trouble of doing crypto dividend to attract lawsuits, tons of lawsuits from the pack of werewolves led by Big C and 72? And of course, small m still exists in there somewhere, still surviving. There's no need to go through that trouble. The company's doing fine. But Mr. Ryan Cohen, Mr. Matt Furlong, the apes, they're waiting for you to do MOAS. Well, that's fine. The company don't need to do crypto dividend now. The company doesn't need lawsuits from the SHF. So we'll just continue to grow and expand, and slowly the price will go up and up, and the apes will get what they want. Isn't price going up what the apes want? Yeah, but that's not MOAS. Well. Okay, now, the honest truth may not sound very, very attractive to you. The honest truth is that unless this company like Overstock is fighting for its survival, being shorted down to below $1, if you stay below $1 for more than a year on NASDAQ, you get delisted, right? And then you go to OTC. That is survival for the company. Unless the company is fighting for survival on the brink of death like that, that is the time to push the nuke button, crypto dividend. Correct? Does that make sense? Right. Now, put yourself in the shoes of Matt Furlong, Mr. Ryan Cohen, and GameStop top executives. Is GameStop right now on the brink of survival, on the brink of death, and surviving, fighting for survival, price dropping to below $1, and might get delisted? Far from it, right? Therefore, crypto dividend, far from it. Only at the time will the company nuke the SHF. When on the brink of death, when fighting for survival. That is the nuke button, because if you press the nuke button, it not only destroys your enemy, the radiation will affect you, correct? And the enemy might fire ICBM missiles back, correct? Right. So if you press the nuke button, the enemy will fire ICBM missiles back to counter, correct? Okay, so if GameStop does a crypto dividend, be sure, rest assured, the SHF will file lawsuits left and right to destroy GameStop. It's a lot of trouble, right? So war is not good for the company's growth. Bad for the company name, lawsuits, correct? Now, I don't want to get into politics, okay? If two nations are competing against each other, economically, then that's peacetime, right? But then if one nation initiates war, as in weaponry and war, naval, aerial, and land warfare, then that may not be good for the economic situation, correct? Correct. Okay, now, do you see the light now? The MOAS trigger called crypto dividend, that is in the hands of the company. The company will not use that unless it is fighting for survival. Ask yourself, is GameStop fighting for survival now? No. So the way I see it, the crypto dividend nuke button will not be used unless GameStop is share price down to $1, less than $1, on the brink of getting delisted. That's the time for the company to do crypto dividend. That's a nuke button. That will bring MOAS. So what can Apes Retail do? Don't forget, the retail has a MOAS button in their hands. ApeAndy, DRS. Very small button, not even nuke. DRS. The ape friend in Sydney, ape friend in Edinburgh, ape friend in California, in Jersey, flying back and forth working, DRS, DRS. All the apes, DRS. There won't be enough shares to go around to do direct registration. And then imagine if all the entire float of GME have been directly registered. Okay, let's say GME has 80 million shares. And all of the 80 million shares are directly registered under retail's name. I know, you say some are under hedge funds, good hedge funds like B, Black B. Excuse me. So, yeah, they hold tons of shares. But if the apes keep on DRS GME shares and DRS GME shares, I don't know, maybe those Those shares of GME held by Black Bee will be registered under Ape's name. Okay, anyways, let's say 80 million shares of GameStop all registered under retail Apes. Okay, and then the tradable float would be so little, so small, that the squeeze will be initiated. Tradable float. Do you get the key point? Because yes, DRS shares, I don't care if you do it by computer share or by Fidelity or other transfer agents, as long as you DRS, it is getting a physical share, putting your name on it, and this physical share has been taken off the market and into your account. A physical share with your name on it. That's 80 million shares minus 1. Not tradable. Yes, yes, yes. If you use computer share, it is slow to sell. Slower to sell than RH at the press of the button, yes. So, in that sense, because it's so slow to sell under computer share, in effect, it is taken off the tradable float. Once the tradable float is so small, remember the VW example? The squeeze happens. In the VW example, a quick recap. The German government and Porsche bought shares of Volkswagen, correct pronunciation, Volkswagen. The tradable float is equal to 1%. And then it's squeezed. That's a squeeze. GME in January, that is a FOMO. Honestly speaking, for AMC Apes, AMC price surge, that was FOMO, that was not a squeeze. So if the AMC Apes does the same will happen. GME Apes does the same will happen. Except we know that AMC has more float. GME has this much float. So if Apes do DRS, which company will reach the touchdown line where all the shares are DRS'd? Who knows? Maybe some GME Apes don't believe in DRS and won't do it. But if AMC Apes believe in DRS and do it, that big float of AMC, all DRS'd under AMC Apes and not sell. Oh my God. Maybe that's the time the AMC Apes will tell the GME Apes, see who has the last laugh. Okay. I love both. I love both AMC and GME. A quick recap of this video. 2 triggers to MOAS. One is crypto dividend. That is in the hands of the company. One is DRS. That is in the retail's hand. Yes, it is slow to sell if you do it via computer share. But that, in effect, is the true key. You're taking it away from the tradable float. Tradable float becomes less and less and less and less and less and less. The SHF have no room to maneuver. Squeeze. And yes, some apes who hold GME refuse to believe in DRS. No, I don't want to do DRS. Why? The only reason is I want to sell fast. I don't want to sell slow. Fine. I respect that. I love all apes who hold GME, AMC, and other meme stocks. Whether you DRS, I love you, or not DRS, I still love you. Okay? Respect your own individual decision. So this video is only to share thoughts. It's not to collude. You make up your own mind to DRS or not to DRS, correct? Correct. So there's no collusion. It is your own individual decision. Right, okay, so back to the simulation scenario. And when the MOAS happens, price goes up. Let's use Bitcoin as an example. People who held HODL, H-O-D-L, HODL Bitcoin way back when, okay, not so long ago, Bitcoin reached $1. Hip hip hooray. Bitcoin reached $10. Hip hip hooray. Oh my God. Tell your friends, oh my God. Bitcoin reached $100 per Bitcoin. Remember that time? Wow, you should be dancing and laughing. Celebration time, come on. Okay, now, if the same scenario would happen to GME, then the DRS GME apes and the non-DRS GME apes who hold GME shares at brokers both want to sell, right? If I was there at Bitcoin 100, I would want to sell too, of course. I don't have a crystal ball. I didn't know Bitcoin would get to the point where it is now, right? So I want to sell. At that time, you will blame ApeAndy. ApeAndy, why do you tell me to do DRS? No, I'm so slow in selling. See, Bitcoin already reached $100. I don't like you, ApeAndy. I regret listening to you, ApeAndy, to do DRS of GME. See, it's at $100 now, Bitcoin example. I want to sell. Look at all the other apes. They use RH. They use WEBULL. They sold at the click of a finger, click of a mouse. I regret listening to you, ApeAndy. I did DRS. Okay. Then you attack me. On Twitter, on YouTube comments, you attack me. And after you attack me, Bitcoin keeps going. $200, $300, $1,000 Bitcoin. Oh my God, ApeAndy, I'm so glad I listened to you and did DRS on my GME shares. If I didn't do DRS on GME shares, I would have sold at, Bitcoin example, $100. See where it is now? It's at $1,000. See, but it took so long to sell DRS shares, but I did it, and I get to sell at $1,000 because I sold slower than keeping my shares at broker. I know. I don't have a crystal ball. Everybody's a genius in hindsight, right? Even if you DRS GME, think of the Bitcoin example. When Bitcoin reached 1,000 and you wanted to sell and you couldn't, at the click of a button, you filed to sell. It takes 3 to 5 working days, maybe even more. What happened after Bitcoin hit 1,000? You know what happened, right? 2,000, 3,000. Then you should thank yourself for doing DRS. Then you should thank yourself for forcing yourself to sell much slower than apes who kept their GME shares at brokers, who could sell at the click of a button when they see that $100, $1,000 of Bitcoin. I hope this clicks in your mind. I don't have a crystal ball for GME's future. That's the truth. That's the truth. Okay, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not after subscribers. If you don't like me talking about DRS, of course you can unsubscribe. But I thank you for your previous subscription and viewing. I know I'm tweeting about DRS. If you want to attack me, I can't stop you, right? Of course. And but just to recap, if individuals don't do DRS, that is their own individual decision. But if you are a true ape hoping for MOAS, why do you have to tell others don't do DRS? Why do you have to go to the extent of attacking people promoting, sharing DRS truth? Don't you want MOAS? It's fine if you keep your shares at brokers, but you want others to do the same as you? Because you want others to sell as quickly as you? Think about that. If you are a selfish ape, you keep your shares at broker. Other non-selfish apes do DRS and control the whole float. They trigger the MOAS. Don't you, a selfish ape who keep your GME shares at broker, don't you reap the benefits of MOAS? Is that clicking in your mind, selfish apes? Now, Unselfish apes. Are you at a disadvantage because others can sell quickly at the click of a button? No. Remember the Bitcoin scenario. Those who have the ease of selling quickly, they will sell at a much lower price than you. True diamond hands, hodling via DRS. Do it through other transfer agents if you don't like ComputerShare. They're not paying me to do this promotion. Imagine, how can ComputerShare pay a single YouTuber enough as compared to the benefits if MOAS happens? MOAS is not if, it is when all the shares of GME are being DRS'd. I'm sorry, it's getting to be 20 minutes. I'll share more in the next video. Okay, love you apes. Whether you DRS or not, I love you. Thank you, lady apes, gentlemen apes. Oh, one more thing. By ethnic, I'm Chinese, and yes, DRS is slow to sell. Chinese have a saying, bitter medicine cures the disease.